The United States has condemned the latest cruise missile tests carried out by North Korea, describing them as a threat to security in the region and beyond. Japan said the launching of 2 missiles over the past few days raised significant concerns. Now, North Korea claims to have carried out successful testing of a new long-range cruise missile, which is capable of reaching much of Japan. In the tests, North Korea's state media said the missiles flew some 1,500 kilometres over the course of 2 hours. They changed trajectory and they made circles before hitting their targets. UN Security Council sanctions forbid North Korea from testing ballistic missiles, but not cruise missiles such as these. The latest tests suggest that North Korea is still capable of developing weapons despite food shortages and a chronic economic crisis. Our Seoul correspondent Laura Bicker explains the importance, the significance of these tests.
Well, there's 2 questions. Really, is this a big deal and what does it mean? Well, is it a big deal? Yes and no. First of all, it's a cruise missile. It's not a ballistic missile. That means ballistic missiles are covered by UN Security Council resolutions. They fly faster, they fly longer ranges, they carry higher nuclear payloads. But when it comes to cruise missiles, they are also a dangerous weapon despite not being covered by UN Security Council resolutions. They fly lower, they fly for longer distances, and they can fly undetected by any kind of radar systems. So they are a dangerous missile. The other key word that we're looking at is North Korea described it as a strategic missile. What does that mean? It is North Korea speak for it is capable of taking a nuclear warhead. Now, what we don't know is if North Korea can make a warhead small enough to put on a cruise missile. But that is exactly what they seem to intend to want to do by putting out this statement that they have on state media. So what does it all mean? Well, the timing is interesting. It comes after South Korea has taken part in exercises, military exercises with the United States. Every year these annual exercises take place, and every year North Korea says that it's preparation for war. They had warned that South Korea would pay a heavy price for its participation in these war games. And of course, within the next 24 hours, the US nuclear envoy, the US envoy to North Korea, is meeting his counterparts in Tokyo, his South Korean and his Japanese counterparts, for 3-party talks. Does it mean that Pyongyang is trying to kind of prod the Biden administration? Maybe. Certainly, North Korea has not been a policy priority for the Biden administration so far. The US has said it is willing to talk anytime and anywhere, but nothing has so far been put on the table, and North Korea certainly isn't talking back. But North Korea could be wanting some kind of sanctions relief. We know it's in a dire economic state. So is it trying to softly prod the United States, especially with a missile that doesn't breach UN Security Council resolutions, which doesn't breach sanctions? So it's kind of low-level provocation. Perhaps they're testing the waters.